Having played from Butler and growing up just a couple hours away, it's a little more special working out for the Pacers?
Yeah, it's a blessing. It's a opportunity that a lot of people don't get, and I think I seized it, and just showed them what I can do, and I'm competitive. So we call it the trenches because we're just working there. That's all we do.
Martin out of the corner. Kelan Martin, 5 quick points. Minnesota.
What's going on, everyone? I'm super excited to kick off our GBA Real World Series, where I will be interviewing some of the top athletes, CEOs, doctors, and entrepreneurs all around the world who on a daily mindset live through the GBA mentality. Our first interview, and one of my good friends, is someone who I think is a perfect example of a true GBA athlete. From watching his college career at Butler for 4 years as an All-Big East first-team player, who's currently second in all-time leading points in school history, to seeing him start his professional career over in Germany, where he averaged 13.7 points, 4.5 rebounds in 27 games, and now grinding his way back to the U.S., where he made his NBA debut on October 15, 2019 with the Minnesota Timberwolves, and who is now the latest signing of the Indiana Pacers. I'm excited to welcome NBA player Kelan Martin. Kelan, thanks for joining me. How's everything going, man?
Man, everything is good. Appreciate you having me, Eric.
Of course. I feel like I was in the UFC ring for a bit with your introduction. Hey,
good.
can you give everyone a quick introduction of who you are, where you're from, and maybe what made you start to stick with basketball growing up?
Yeah, I'm Kelan Martin. I'm from Louisville, Kentucky. And what made me start playing basketball, I think is my parents. They both played ball in high school and college. But I was always different. I wanted to play football. I played football first before I played basketball. So football was my first love before I got introduced to basketball. But during my high school days, I just had to stick it out. Like I had to choose between one sport because my freshman and sophomore year I played football and basketball, and then it was just a lot on my body. So it was just like I got to choose one, and I felt like the basketball route was going to be better for me. Just because I was getting recruited at the time. I was getting recruited in football as well, but I was getting basketball offers too. So I just had to be smart, make a decision. And, if I was going to stick with basketball, I just had to put football away because I know I could get hurt easily.
I don't know, man. Seeing a 6'5" linebacker, wide receiver, something like that would be pretty scary.
Yeah,
So
yeah, man. I played receiver freshman and sophomore year. Played a little defense too, yeah. It was fun, but obviously, basketball was a better route for
I think you
made
made
a
the
smart
right choice.
decision.
Yeah. Well, listen. I'm gonna just ask you. I've got 4 questions for you, kind of going in through GBA ethos and what it's about. So, in starting this brand, I've talked a lot about how important the 3 words grind, believe, and achieve are in terms of your overall life mindset, right? And as a professional basketball player at the highest level in the U.S., what do those 3 words mean to you in terms of your mindset and your career?
I think once you get older, you start to learn the importance of grinding. And every day is a grind. Like just for example, the year 2020, it's been a rough year, but just sticking through it, just having faith is one thing. I think grinding, just staying committed. That's what I think grinding is. Just staying committed to what you're doing, your profession. Like if you're playing basketball, playing football, or in the workforce somewhere, just staying committed to that, and then believing is like having faith. Have faith in yourself. Like believe that you can do it. You can accomplish this. You can get it done. You can believe that you can do anything in the world. Anything's possible. And that's how I see it. And then just achieving your goals. Like you set goals for yourself each year, or a game or practice or something. But I think once you achieve those goals, there's more to achieve. Like I don't think there's a stopping point. Like I feel like you keep going. Like that's that's how I see it. You know, I'm only 25 years old. I know I have a lot of room to improve in. You know, just getting better, you know, on and off the floor as a person. But you know, every day is just like my motto now this year is just day by day. You know, every day is not going to be the same. You're gonna have your ups, you're gonna have your lows, you're gonna have your highs, you know, but you gotta embrace it every day. And that's just coming with, you know, working hard. And that's what I believe in. I believe in hard work. That's something I've committed myself to my past 3 years as a professional basketball player. Just doing little things like just working on my body, staying committed to my diet, and then on the court, you know, not getting outworked. That's the biggest thing. My dad always told me, you know, don't let anybody outwork you, and that kind of stuck with me, and I kind of took that upon myself, and just every day I just go out there and just try to, you know, show I'm the hardest worker.
And it's kind of funny because that's one of the reasons why I picked you. I think, you know, in terms of sport, obviously we play two different sports, but the way we play our game to the highest level, I think we play very similarly. And one of the things I love the GBA mindset is that it requires you to hold yourself to the highest standard, like you said.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I like to think of this as like when you become part of the GBA mentality, you're the 1% group in the world. You talk about hard work, but at your job, many people would argue that you're in the 1% category when it comes to standing out. How do you maintain staying in that 1% through the thick and the thin? Like you said, you're up in your lows. How do you maintain that?
Like I said, just embracing the moment each and every day. You know, like I said, you can't get too high. You know, you have a good game. You know, things are going your way.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, you know, tomorrow can be, you know, you can have a bad game. You know, things are not going your way. You're not, you know, for example, like basketball, you're not making shots. You know, you're missing a lot of shots. But there's other things that you can do to help a team win.
Right.
And that's me. I'm a team player, so. Like if I'm not making shots, I'm gonna do something else. I'm gonna rebound. I'm gonna dive on the floor. I'm gonna bring energy. I'm gonna, you know, make the extra pass. Just doing just the little things, you know, just to help the team win. And like you said, that 1%, you just gotta stay committed.
Mm-hmm.
Just, you know, believing in yourself. You know, you gotta believe that, you know, you can be the best player that you can be. You know, and that's just going out there and just working hard each and every day, staying committed to a diet, staying committed to a routine. A routine is a big thing for professionals now. You know, everybody has their own routine, especially like before practices and games. Like I like to get a stretch in before practice. I like to get loose before my practice. I can't go into practice and, you know, be tight. And, you know, the first 30 minutes is just like warming up. Now I wanna go in there and you know, get going. And I want everybody to know, like, man, he works hard. He's, you know, he has a routine. He's focused. He's locked in, and things like that. So
yeah, that's what I think what really makes you stand out in that 1%, because like when I wanted to start this brand and this culture of GBA, you know, you hear 3 years grind, believe, achieve. Yeah, you have to do that in every day of your life, but to be successful, to reach the NBA, right? That's less than 1%. Actually, the statistic, I think it was like 0.03%.
Yeah. We actually talked about that the other day as a team.
Yeah.
You know, coach brought it up, and he was just saying, you know, there's a lot of guys that want to be in our shoes. You know, wants to be in our positions.
Right.
Even you know, professional soccer player, like people work their whole lives to get to that point. But you know, for us, we gotta take advantage of it. You know, we can't. You know, you gotta take advantage of the opportunity. You can't just, like, I feel like you can't go a day with, you know, you go back home, you're like, oh man, I didn't work as hard as I could.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think, you know, professionals should be like that. I feel like you should go home and be like, man, I didn't have that much of a great practice, but you know, I worked as hard as I could.
Right.
And I think you're gonna get something out of it. If you're, like I said, if you're a professional athlete, that's something that, you know, we got to take upon ourselves.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, especially going off that point, I mean, there are going to be days, right, where you're going to struggle. There are going to be days where you're not going to get quality. And I guess from my perspective, for younger kids watching these videos, for athletes, for entrepreneurs, for business people who want to take this GBA mindset, what would some advice as a player at the highest level, what would you give them to overcome adversity in their field of work to keep going?
I think that's a good one. I think just staying strong, just believe, like I said, believing in yourself. You can't lose you can't lose confidence. That's one thing you can't do is lose confidence, because that's gonna mess up your mindset, and then you're gonna be thinking, I'm like, oh man, I don't know if I can do this anymore. Like,
Right.
I gotta get my confidence. Like, no, you always gotta keep your confidence, and that's something like on the court, shooting. You gotta shoot with confidence. Like, be a confident player and go out there and just play. You know how to play. Like I said, you worked your whole lives. You worked out your whole life. You worked so hard to get to where you're at, and now it's just just going out there and just doing it. Like,
Right.
it's not gonna be perfect every day. It's just not. Like, that's how it is. Like, if if you're not facing adversity, then something's wrong.
Yeah.
Like, I've heard that from Isaiah Thomas, the NBA player. He said that before. If you haven't faced adversity, then something's wrong. But and it shows you that if you can get through adversity, if you can overcome adversity, then you're tough. Like, you can overcome anything. You can overcome any obstacle that comes your way. So I think for me, I went through times in college where I wasn't, like, my junior year, I had a shooting slump. Like, there was 3 games I shot like 8 of 24 from the field, and I was just like, man, I don't know, like what am I doing wrong? Like, nobody's like, I have to figure that out on my own. Like, nobody's gonna give you a handout. Like, nobody's gonna hold your hand every time. Like,
I like that. Yeah.
you just gotta be, be strong. You gotta, just be strong and just be who you are. You know who you are. So just
being strong, staying confident.
Yeah.
I mean, that hits home, because you look at someone like you as, Kelan Martin played 4 years, standout player at Butler basketball. Now, is he the first draft pick of the NBA draft? No, he's not. But see, that's where you, as a 1% athlete, as this whole thing I've been talking about, this GBA mindset, this grind, believe, achieve, it. You didn't sit in the corner and you were like, nah, I'm done with basketball because I didn't get this. It's now, what's the next step? What's the next move? So I'm going to go over to Germany. I'm going to beat everyone here. I'm going to stand out. Now I'm going to work my way back. And half those players that got drafted, some of them aren't even playing anymore. But you've earned your success. You've paved your path, right? And now you're here.
And that's another thing. Everybody's story is different.
Absolutely.
Like, everybody's not, everybody who gets drafted is not going to play in the league. Just because you get drafted, it doesn't mean that you have an actual spot in the league. Like, you still have to work your way. You still have to earn your spot. So, and for me, like, not getting drafted was motivation already for me. So, like, that made me want to go, 10 times harder in the gym, like, each and every day. I worked so hard to, just to get back to where I belong and where I believe where I belong. I believe that I was an NBA player, my first year out of college. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit there and lie and say I wasn't. I was expecting to get, at least picked up in the second round, but things happen. That's gonna happen. But that's the adversity I'm talking about. That's another. I had to overcome that. Like, there's a lot of undrafted players that are in the NBA that are getting paid. Just because they work so hard and they believe in themselves and they know how to get things done.
Of course. Yeah, absolutely. And then that kind of goes into my last question. Obviously, we've talked a lot about adversity and what it means to, even through that, maintaining that mindset. But what I want to know from you is, if you could pick one person who you would say has really helped instill, that belief in you, that ability to grind, to believe in yourself, and to finally achieve your end goals, who would you say would that be? So it could be a role model, someone you look up to, someone close to you.
Man, I'm gonna say 2 people. I'm gonna say my parents. They've always, been on me about my work ethic and how to work hard and how to carry myself.
Right.
And shout out to them, because they did a great job. Just helping me out and just sticking with me through adversity. Like, your parents are not going to steer you wrong at all. Like, they're the ones that's going to have your back all the time. So, you know, you can't go against that. And, you know, with me, I talk to my parents every day. So, you know, that's just something, you know, they believe in me, and they know how much work I've put in. You know, they know where I've been through hell and back. So, like, just, you know, from Germany to, you know, to the two-way contract, and then, you know, fighting for, you know, I had to fight for this contract. So, you know, they, like I said, they believed in me. We all stuck together. You know, they showed me how, you know, what hard work is, and like I said, shout out to them, because they, like I said, they never steered me wrong. You know, when I was fighting through adversity, they were right there. You know, they were right. They weren't holding my hand, but they were gonna tell me how it is, and that's something you need. You need to tell someone's gonna tell you. Someone needs to tell you how it is, how it's gonna be. No one's gonna, you know, just lie to you, or, you know, just protect you, pat you on the back. Like, that's not what professional athletes need, or, you know, even college athletes.
Yeah.
And they need someone who's gonna tell them how it is, and, you know, what they're doing wrong, and how they can get better. And that's what my parents did all the time. So, you know, shout out to them.
Yeah, and I really think it takes, I mean, we talk about that 1%, a lot of people to realize that you're at the top, you know, one of the top athletes in the world, that it didn't happen all on your own, right? And I think that one of the points of this brand I want to get across to people is that, you know, you can have this mindset, you can have this mentality, but it's also going to take other people on the side who are helping you, who are holding you accountable.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I
Well,
agree. I definitely agree.
Yeah. Well, Kelan, listen, thanks so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule. Listen, I know you got a big game tomorrow night. So rest up. Good luck, and we'll talk soon.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, my guy.
Stay on the
Thanks for
ground,
having me.
my man.
Yeah, no doubt. Appreciate it. Have a good one.
Yeah, you too.